109 block. Let's remove the oil pan. 13mm bolts. We're going to take the oil pan off so we can check out the crank and remove the pistons and the rod from this engine. Here we go. Okay, let's remove the. There's a millimeter. There's 1, 2, 3, 10mm bolts. Let's grab it and make this job easier. Okay. Put an extension on there. 13mm. Okay. Okay, let's remove some more. I'll pick up the bolts later. Okay, here we go. Remove these oil pan bolts. Moving the oil bolts easy. Okay, now we just got a few more 10mm to remove, and the oil pan bolts will be removed. So let's go get us a 10mm socket. All right, we'll stick this right here. Let's remove this, let's get a 10mm socket. Put back 13mm and grab a 10. Okay, here we go. Put it on the power ratchet. Let's remove this oil pan. Here we go. 10mm. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. Now let's remove this oil pan. Well, let's see here. Looks like there's a little oil in there. I have to get me a drip pan. Okay, let's go get us a drip pan. Find us a drip pan since it's draining oil. Let's get us a drip pan. Okay. Get us a drip pan here. So when we remove this oil pan, it's not going to be so bad. Okay. Here we go. Oh, there we go. A little bit of leakage here. Okay. Oil pan's leaking a little bit. We'll pick up some of these bolts. Make it a little easier. Grab some of these bolts. Make it a little easier. Let's see what we got here. More bolts. Remove these bolts. Okay. All right, we got most of the bolts. Let's remove this oil pan. Oops. Okay. Alrighty. let's take off this oil pan now. Yep, it's almost coming off. There's a little something holding it on still. Not sure what. But let's grab this oil pan and we'll take it off. Yeah, we got some oil leaking out of here. Let the oil leak out. I think it's the sealant holding it on now. I'll just get a screwdriver to help with that. That won't be too hard. Let's get us a little screwdriver. And we'll take the rest of this oil pan off. Here we go. Oh, let's get that on here. Oops. Kind of fun holding the camera here. Well, all right. Take a little bit of. Oh, here we go. Got it this time. There we go. Got the oil pan off. There it is. I'll put it over here. Ooh, I got oil everywhere. But let's look at that crankshaft right there on the original Buick Grand National engine. There you go. That's how we get the oil pan off. There's the oil scavenge. Probably going to clean that up a bit, clean up everything. We're going to take off the rods and pistons. Going to change the rod bearings and the crank main bearings of this engine. And I'm going to do a fresh, kind of a refresh build on it. Change all the gaskets, all the bearings, all the seals. Then put this engine back into the 87 Regal. Then I can take the stroker engine and put it in the 1980 Sport Coupe. As you can see, this is a 3.8 Buick engine, 3.8 Grand National. And if you can see right there, it's a 109 block, which is one of the best blocks Buick makes. I'm going to put it right back in this 87 Buick Regal Turbo T Limited. And I'm going to take the stroker engine out and put it in my race car, the 1980 Buick Regal Sport Coupe. And once I get the original engine refreshed and put into the 87 Regal, I'm going to sell this 87 Regal for around $15,000. So if anyone's interested in my 1987 Regal Turbo T Limited, it's still going to have a nice big turbo in it and everything, and locker rear end. It's going to be a great little Buick when it's done. But here we go. Oil pan is off. Oh, oil leaking. That's no good. That's always fun. All right, well, I got to clean up on aisle 7. Got to remove the oil from the concrete. It happens. That's what happens sometimes when you work on engines. Got to clean up in aisle 5. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed this video. And there's the oil pan removed. The oil went with it. There's the crankshaft and the rod bearing scavenge tube. Bottom of the 109 87 Turbo T Limited engine. Same as the Grand Nationals. And you guys have a great day. And mad boosting.